So this video is to go over a Chrome extension called Tab Resize. And Tab Resize will help you split your screen to see multiple tabs at one time and be able to manipulate those tabs. So I could envision this being particularly helpful if you're doing a Google Meet with your classroom and you would like to be able to navigate a window that you want to show them, but at the same time still be able to see your participants in that Google Meet to keep an eye on things. So this extension helps you to do that easily. So let's look at first how we would install the extension. You're going to go to your apps icon that's all the way to the left of your Chrome window here. Then click on Web Store and type in Tab Resize and hit enter. So this is the extension here at the top that we want. When it does add itself to your Chrome bar, this is what the icon will look like. It'll be a blue square with this double-sided white arrow, okay? So click the blue Add to Chrome button and then click Add Extension. And then this little box pops up to draw our attention to the icon that's been added up here. I can hit the X to close that window out, and I'm going to just close that window now. Okay, so when I click on my Tab Resize extension the first time, it's going to take me to a window that looks like this. I can just click I understand, and it'll give me some keystroke shortcuts to do different things. You certainly don't need to know those by heart, but you have that available. So for resizing, quickly resizing. I click Let's Go. I want to explain a little bit about this extension first, and then we'll look at it in action. So by default, these are the four choices you have for the layout of your screen. So of course, one by one, it's just going to show you whatever tab you're clicked on at that time. Then you go to a 1x2, a 2x1, and a 2x2. Typically, I would imagine this vertical 1x2 is going to be the one most people end up using. This 2x1, it's the same idea, except the windows are going to be horizontal, which is a little strange when you view it. So that's why I tend to think most people would deviate to this one. If there is a setup that you don't have here available to you, so you would want to have some extra columns or what, you could click the plus sign here and you could actually design your own grid with the number of rows and columns that you would like, okay? And then you would just hit save. When you hit save, that view would then go up to the top here. So it would become one of the four. If you decide that you want to go back to the default settings and have these original four back up at the top, you could hit this button here, which would basically reset you back to these four configurations. The empty tab is checked off automatically here. You'll see if I have a 2x2 configuration, excuse me, it's showing me my one tab, but then there's 3 blank tabs here. That is because whatever tab that you are on, this Tab Resize extension is going to grab that tab and everything to the right of it. So right now I'm clicked onto my Google Classroom tab and I have nothing open to the right. So it's showing my Google Classroom and then it's going to open up 3 blank tabs here. That's because I have this empty tab checked off. And that's basically just to kind of give this layout a finished look. If I uncheck that, what I'm going to be left with is just a square up here in the top corner with my Google Classroom, and the rest of it will be blank, which kind of looks odd. So that's why by default, this empty tab is checked off for you, okay? But it's really important to remember that you need to have your Google Meet tab open, and then anything that you're going to want to be showing and manipulating needs to be open in the tabs to the right of that Google Meet. Okay. And then of course you could change the alignments down here if you choose to. That's up to you. So I'm going to close out of this right now. I have my Google Meet tab open over here, and I'm going to click that. Right now, it's showing me that I have one student in this Google Meet with me. Okay, so I'm going to now go up here to my Chrome tab, and I'm going to select my tab resize extension, and I'm going to click that 1x2 setup. Okay, and now it has split for me my screen so I can easily see my Google Meet on the left. And then on my right, from where I'm looking, I see my Google Classroom screen, which is what I'm going to be showing to the students. Okay. If the window, if you want to manipulate the size of the windows easily, let's say in this case, I only have the one student in my Google Meet. I can float my cursor to the edge of the Google Meet window, click my mouse, and drag over to make that window a little smaller. And then I can click on my Google Classroom, the edge of that window, and drag out to make that side a little bit larger. Okay, so now back in my Google Meet, I would click Present. I would click Window. It's my Google Meet window that I want to show them. And I click Share. And so now if I pull this window out, I just want you to see something here. So I'm going to float. I'm going to pull this out a little bit just to show you. So in your Google Meet window, you'll see up here it says presenting, and you'll see that it has my Google Classroom screen showing there. So that is in fact what this student would be seeing at this point. Okay, now I'm going to drag that, make it smaller again. And now I can work in my Google Classroom window very easily. I'm navigating, clicking on everything I need to do, but at the same time, I'm able to see my participants in my Google Meet, which is very helpful to keep an eye on things, noticing if students are raising their hand with a question, that kind of thing.